I'm doing really well, my brother. Yeah, look, it wasn't a pretty game tonight. But at the end of the day, when you're when you're going for a title challenge, you're going to get a couple of games that it's not really going to go well for you. The main thing is we got the job done and we got the 3 points and we move on. So I'm delighted with the result. And this is all with the kind of injuries that we have, suspensions. It's all in there, but Spurs are showing their mettle. And, Terry, we talked about this the other week. I said to you, please do not write off my club, and respect to you, you haven't written them off since. And we're showing the mettle that is needed to be in the top four, but also we're now 3 points behind Arsenal and Aston Villa. If Arsenal drop points today, it just makes things rather interesting over the Christmas period.
It certainly does. Obviously, Villa drop points. Man City haven't played. You've gone ahead of them. You're only 3 points off the top, and a lot of people are laughing at the idea that you're involved in a title race. What do you say to them?
What do I say to City, Liverpool, Arsenal, those teams?
Yeah, that are writing you off and saying that you're nowhere near a title race. Stop saying it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know how people can say we're not in the title race. We're bloody 3 points off the top. I know what people are looking at. People are looking at Tottenham of old. They're looking at our history and saying, look, Spurs are they're not gonna win the league. And I'm not saying that we're gonna win the league. What I am saying though, we're definitely in the race. And if you're looking at the points table, given where we are, we need to be included. If you're gonna say that Man City can still win the league, who are below us at the moment, then you've got to include my club. You've got to include my club, Tottenham Hotspur. As for me, I think we're up there. I said it on another stream the other day. If we do drop off, it will probably be in the last 6 or 7 games. But at the moment, count Spurs in, and the Spurs go marching on. Thank you very much.
I hear you there. Reece is with us as well today. What did you make of the performance from Tottenham today?
It was shaky, to be honest. I didn't really like it. I think in the world, we must be the best team in the first 30 minutes. Like, no one can touch us. Then after all that gas runs out, it just turns into a mess. And especially, after the first 30 minutes in this game, couldn't in front of goal really bad. And we were lucky today, like how bad they were in front of goal, to be honest. Otherwise, we could have been, 4-5-2 down. If it was a better team, they would have took their chances, to be fair.
But I could flip that and say if Ollie Skip had a functioning brain, we could have been 5-1 up.
Yeah, well, look, Ollie Skip, he's a squad player. Look, we've got Basuma suspended, Maddison out, Bentancur out, Højbjerg maybe could have started, but I don't know. Like, this is what's going to happen when we've got all these players out.
Yeah. Does anybody know about Romero?
Sorry, go on, Dan.
Does anybody know about Romero? Because Romero seems to be injured as well.
Yeah, it looks like he had ice on his hamstring as far as like you can see on the TV screen. So we'll see what happens with that. I mean, it was a scintillating start, Daniel, and then a little bit scrappy, giving the ball away a lot to Everton, but Vicario stepping up again and again and again, saving you. How impressed were you with your keeper today?
I said it on my watch along, and I'm going to say it again. For me, he's the best goalkeeper in the world right now, personally. In terms of performance, I can't name another goalkeeper that's better than him. I think he's so good. I don't understand how we found this keeper out of nowhere. Nobody had a clue who Vicario was before last season. Nobody had a clue who he was. And then he comes in and does this. And you know what? The first 2 games, I will put my hands up and say, I was a little bit worried about him because he was making a lot of mistakes in the game against Brentford it was? Yeah, it was against Brentford. He made one mistake, and I was like, I'm starting to ask questions on Vicario. Next game against Man United, he comes and has a massive class performance, and from there, he's just flown. So I think Vicario, for me, as I said earlier, I think he's the best goalkeeper in the world right now.
Best goalkeeper in the world. He certainly was fantastic today. Do you echo that H, surrounding Vicario and how important he is to your team? Best goalkeeper in the world. Do you agree with Daniel?
Well, I'll be totally honest with you. I've been backing Vicario for a long time. Me and Dan have been here together saying that with each other. We've been saying that consistently. I don't want to put him in a league with anyone else. I don't think he's the best in the world because he's in his own separate league, so it's not comparable. The guy is too good with his feet. The guy is so good in every other aspect of goalkeeping that he just consistently impresses me, as you've seen. I've bigged him, Terry, I've bigged him up in pretty much every game where we've won. We've had a good performance. he's a seriously good goalkeeper. And I saw the title of the live and about the title race is on. And I know you just said that we're going to play an important part in it. I'm going to ask you guys, are we back? Because you know what? It's Christmas in a couple of days. I'm feeling very Christmassy right now. All right.
It's a good present, to be fair, isn't it? It's a good present.
I feel Christmassy, and I think Arsenal lose tonight, which they will, because there's words I will not say on this stream that I think of Arsenal and the fans. No offense to anyone watching. If we get a result from Liverpool win tonight, cool. Villa, they'll probably just fade off into the wind after a while. They're good at home, but let's see how they do on their consistent away games. City are washed. I don't think Arsenal got the bottle to keep it up. Maybe Liverpool have, maybe Liverpool haven't. We have a good January. We'll see what happens, but I'm not ruling it out anymore. I took the slander. I took the hate from the start when I said we were going to win the league, this, that, and the other. Dan, you were with me. You were all witnesses. But all I'm saying, a couple good games and we're back in it. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I'm putting on the table to you boys here. What do you think?
No, not for me. Look, bro, like we were saying about how Oliver Skip's now playing. Like we haven't got the depth to win a league. Let's be honest. Like
yeah, but I could switch and say in January we've got the best attacking midfielder this season so far in the Prem coming back, and we've got Mickey van der Ven. So we're also getting players back from injury now. We've already gone through our injury crisis. We're getting people coming back now. So I can also flip. I'm a little bit skeptical about the title race, but I'm
a little bit. What do you mean a little bit?
I'm starting to get a little bit more excited. I'm starting to get a little 3 points off the top of the league.
Exactly.
Liverpool versus Arsenal playing today.
Exactly.
So they're guaranteed to drop points. It's getting tasty, you know.
Dan, I don't know what your family have got you for Christmas, bro, but I'm guaranteeing that any Christmas present isn't going to beat the result tonight. What happens? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So when you guys, Dan, when you're talking title race, I understand because I think you will play an important part in it. Do you think you can win the league?
No chance. We don't have the squad depth. And I've said that since day one. Since day one that I was saying that we're going to win the Premier League, that we're going to be in the title race, I said, but I don't think we'll win. Because there's those monsters called Manchester City, the Sharks. And then we could be fourth. They could be fourth behind us. Yeah. But guess what's coming back? De Bruyne is coming back. Erling Haaland's coming back. I know Rodri got injured, but he's going to also end up coming back as well. So we have to be worried because De Bruyne is literally just come back. So I think Man City are definitely a threat, and I think people are just throwing them out the window like they do every season, the beginning of every season, where there's like, Man City's washed this year, and then they end up going on a super crazy run and win a bunch of games, and everybody ends up acting surprised. But it's the same thing that happens every season with them. I think they'll end up winning the league, but I think we could definitely be in the title race.
Reece, you disagree. You don't think you'll be in the title race. Why is that, my friend?
I just think, for me, like the top 5 teams, obviously, Villa, Arsenal, Liverpool, and City, and us. I just think we're the only team that don't have as good depth, if I'm honest. You look at City, like they've got unbelievable depth. Arsenal, I think Arsenal are really like you didn't mention them once there, Dan. I can't lie, and I think for me they're the best squad in the Prem at the moment. And if they get ticking, for me, like they're just going to go on a streak, and they could have learned from last season. Maybe as to much our despair, they might win a league. But look, for me, I think Liverpool's squad's better, Arsenal squad's better, City's squad's better. Look, we've got these great players like Maddison, Van der Ven, Romero, but we, like maybe in January we could get some more players, but we've not really seen it from Levy in the past. So I'm not holding my breath. I don't know about you boys.
I watched this, bro.
Yeah,
so you say potentially you think Arsenal are going to win the league, yeah?
If I was putting money on, I'd still probably put City, but I think they've got
City for the moment. City for the moment, they're below us. Let's look at right now. Arsenal will lose tonight. I believe personally, Arsenal have not got the bottle. All right, like genuinely, they have not got the bottle.
Yeah, they probably. Let's not be honest. Like, yeah, they probably haven't, but I hope they haven't. But they could have learned from last season.
Let me explain to you why they don't have the ball. Let me explain to you why they don't have the ball.
Hang on, let me slow it down a second. When you say they don't have the bottle, you talk about winning the league or challenging for it, because there's a difference between. Okay, but we're not talking about who's winning it. We're talking about who's challenging for it. You don't think do you think you're finishing in front of Arsenal?
Well, you could say Arsenal are challenging, Villa are challenging, City are challenging. A couple good games based on different results. Newcastle might challenge. Like that's a very yeah, you know, there's a lot of teams that can challenge for it, but what I want to focus on is who's going to actually win it, and that's the thing that I said at the start.
So you think Spurs have got more chance of winning it than Arsenal?
Are we going to be in the running? That's the question. Are we going to be? Are we going to be in the running?
Right now?
The reason I'm asking that question is because if you're sitting there slagging off Arsenal saying they've got no bottle, but you're not sure you're even finishing in front of them. What does that say about your club?
Right, so they lose tonight, which they will, and if they don't, I will come on here after and I will publicly apologise. I'm that confident, and I do not want to do that. But
yeah, I don't think you understand the point I'm making, Harry. You're sitting here saying Arsenal are going to bottle this, but then at the same time you're saying you don't know if you can win it either. I don't understand what you're calling Arsenal. You're basically admitting your team's in the same position. You're not going to win it, therefore your bottle jobs. I don't understand what you're saying. So
what I'm trying to say is, it goes back quite a while from, and I'll make my point very, very clear to you all. When we were the bottle jobs against Leicester, etc., Chelsea, etc., it was fine. It was fine. We're the bottle jobs. But then last season, and what's happening now? Arsenal had a decent little lead, and it slipped away already. You know, we had a decent lead, it slipped already. All I'm going to say is this: once, like Dan was saying, once we get Van der Ven back, once we get Maddison back, I think we're a better team than Arsenal. And
so you believe you'll finish in front of them?
We've got more of a chance of winning the league this season than Arsenal if Arsenal lose tonight. If they don't, cool, whatever. But if they lose tonight, I stand by that point as well.
Why is it all on this game though? Like Liverpool at Anfield is so tough.
I know.
So why is it all on this game?
Because then there's that more 3-point lead for Liverpool to go forward as well. In opposed to the 3-point they've got above Arsenal from playing each other.
So, Harry, let me ask you a question again because I want to delve deeper into what you've said.
Right,
why are you so much better than Arsenal in your opinion?
I didn't say we're so much better currently.
Okay. So why do you think Madison? Yeah. So but explain why you're better than Arsenal. I want to understand it.
So it comes down to looking at the whole season in general for the future of the season. We've got to play Arsenal again, and that's at home. We will batter them. There's 3 points there, right? And you can laugh, bro. You can laugh. You can all laugh. I promise you can all laugh.
I think we might, to be fair. I think you're right. I think you're right. We will beat them.
I'll be on the train back after. Who knows what I was doing after the game? Maybe at the pub, maybe not. I'll be on the train back laughing the whole way home. We will beat them. There's 3 points there. It's going to be a very close season. Absolutely. We all believe that.
What about in January as well? Like when you got players going to African Cup of Nations and Asia Cup, like no Son, no Basuma, no Sarr. But all these players, that's more players gone.
We would have.
Yeah, that's true. But still, like that's more players gone.
I will ask you this as well, boys, because I'm not the most tapped in with transfers and stuff like that because I spent years having my hopes up for, I don't know, getting Bale back or whatever, or this or that, and all these different transfers. I don't tap in. I just wait till it happens. What do you think about January? Who do you think we need?
Toledo. I can't pronounce his name at all, but I think it's
Toledo. The centre back.
We definitely do need another centre back for sure.
Yeah. Well, Todibo, you're looking at. I want to.